music off a little bit early. Good evening all. Welcome back to yet again another stream here. One thing I'm going to show just before we actually get into the game. New starting screens. Well, not these. I'm just going to have to cycle through them. Bear with. But you'll notice I've done some new ones. Only 3, because that's what I had time for really. Good 20s. Con Castle. And 43156 main castle. So that's the new screens as of now. One of the 20s and also Clun, that was today. What I wanted to do those is sort of like a mini teaser for the videos I hope to get out tomorrow. Although, don't quote me on that. You know, everyone sort of knows at this point I'm very behind on content. I'm like over 3 weeks behind, so don't worry, the videos will get done. Just, yeah, as and when I have time. Ooh, looks like there's an HST diagram as well. Lara to the Severn Valley, when's that going? Oh, damn, that's going on Monday. Oh. That's annoying. Oh well. It is what it is sometimes, isn't it? Gonna hope the game now loads. Well, where I'm probably gonna be deafened by what do you call it? The locos. So I'll have to adapt those. I think as we go. No, we need to reset the lights and things. Obviously they're already set up in the thumbnail, but I'm about to go in and finish the scenario a little bit. But yeah, bit of castles tonight. Trains and Planes 36, good evening, how are you doing? Yeah, I'm not doing too bad, cheers. Been doing some spotting earlier on, although all the systems went down. That was fun. All the diagrams went down, you know, nothing was reporting on real time, nothing was reporting on OTT, everything had completely frozen. And in fact, it's still saying that the castles are in Plymouth. They are, they're up in... Let's say they're up in Bristol. They're not now. In fact, they're nowhere near. Actually, where are they? Oh, they're only in Yatton. So make it ground then. Thank you very much, Trains and Planes. Greatly appreciated. But yeah, I'm just waiting for the game to load in. It shouldn't take as long as it seems to be taking. Hopefully. You know, this is Train Sim we're talking about, so... Hope everyone's got some coffee. We might need it. Might all need the coffee. Still waiting. Classic Train Sim things, isn't it? Hey! Good lord. Right, time to get the headboards on. Yeah, oh my god, that was loud. Where's the Mayflower? There it is. There we are. Welcome to Britain's Ocean City, also known as Plymouth. In platform 4, that's where the tour actually originated from. As to which Castles is Trains and Planes, this is the Bosman Games one. Nice Bosman Games pair. Colon up front and Earl of Edgecombe behind. Same as what it was today. Anyways, doors. Let's let some people on. Lamps good, headboard good. 37's reporting as I wanted it to. 37057 on the back. Also put 0 Zulu 21 on this end, because that's what the 20s ran down earlier. Not putting the 20s on air though, it's going to be way too loud. But yeah. Good old 37, eh? This is now without the actual blinds and it's now dominoes. Fantastic. So I've heard the doors go, so technically we're good to go. As quickly as I can. What I'm just going to bring that menu up here. Interesting trains and planes. Not sure what's happened there then. Leave that closed then. Now time to set the route out of here. That's going to be the next fun thing, isn't it? Yep, bro. GSMR, slowly can't set that. Put the dampers on. That's open, good. Right. Technically I'm good to go. So on that note, no. Oh, you're not happy. Oh, is it the 37? I'll wait for the brakes to fully release and I'll try again. Yeah. Open train times, by the way, still reporting the Castles as in here. Not. Oh, it's pulling water through. Good. As you can see, Just putting some water through. Tender. That's that. I think I'm good to try again. Much happier. Much happier indeed. Much happier. Just hope the game don't crash on me tonight. God, they are loud. Oh. Yep, 37057 on the back doing nothing, as I want it to. If I need it, I'll use it, but I don't really need it. I want to see what the castles can do just sort of raw, in terms of raw effort, so we'll have to find out. Otherwise it loops on a whistle. The road test will be up Hemerdon, I think. Up Hemerdon and up... whatchamacallit? Up Dayton. You can still hear them. And they're... what, just coming out the other side of the tunnel now? That's how loud these are. That's how loud Steam can really be. There we go. Whoa, it's laggy. Okay, really isn't happy with them. Good old 057 on the back. Here's Lara, where I think Clun used to be based. Definitely quite an infamous depot this is. Known for being the main depot now for all the Great Western HSDs. I'm pretty sure this is where they're stored, say, overnight and on Sundays when they do not work. Oh yeah, there's some speed in now. Pressure's going down. Doesn't really bother me. The water's going down. Not quick enough for me to really be worried. And yeah. Oh, just around the corner. You might not be able to hear them, but I can. Cool, they are going for it. I don't want to speak too soon, but Hamilton doesn't seem like a problem yet. Hamilton and Clun don't bode well after Clun's attempted speed record. Oh god. Yeah, pressure's starting to be a concern now. I'll tell you what it is. The brakes are still on, I think. I bet you the brakes are still on in 37. I should have read 37 was cold, because the brakes have been completely neutralised on that until I started up 37. Damn it. Oh, hindsight's a lovely thing, isn't it? Here we go, here's the real test. We're still slowing down. We're about to tackle one of the worst banks in Devon. You can see the start of it here. Welcome to Hamilton. Now the reason why Hamilton and Clun Castle, aka our front running loco here, the reason why they don't bode well is because on the record run of Clun, which I think it was April, or maybe it was May, what ended up happening was some vegetation straight out of Plymouth got caught in the rear Mark II of Clun's consist, which then blocked, I think it was a DA valve or it was a butterfly valve, and then leaked the brakes on the entire consist 400 yards before the top of the bank. That meant that 47.773, which was trailing, that to couple up and then push it 400 yards. But because 47.773 was coupled, it invalidated the run. So, yeah, not a good day in the office for Clun. Isaac, good evening, how you doing? Oh god, no. That isn't good. We might actually stop up the bank. We might actually stop. It's all because of 37057. Now we're down to 44. That's going to be a miraculous recovery if we actually manage to make it the next 3 miles. Because Hemerdon Bank is absolutely horrid. There we go. It's gone. That's it. Nope, that's it. That's it. Oh, that's annoying. You know what? We got this here for a reason. Come on, brakes. No. I have to wait for the brakes to charge as well? Are you having a laugh? Why can't I hear the horn? Oh, come on, brakes. I'm not in a rush, totally not. What I'm going to do is I'm going to push the consist from the 37 all the way up to the top of the bank. I'm not going to go into the loop because that in real life doesn't exist anymore. It's completely gone. But instead, I'll decouple the castles, recouple the castles, which will then give the castles the priority over the 37. Ooh. Let's collect factor 10 then, I think. So I'm going to reverse a little bit, go back into the coaching stock, and then, yeah. So I'm going to have to reverse back into the BSO, I think this is. BSK. Brake standard corridor thing, that means. Come on, 37. How long does it take to charge your own brakes? Is there no compressor speed up in this thing or something? This is a joke. This has to be a joke. Right, finally, am I going to be able to obtain a brake release? No, am I going to be able to attain power? Oh, come on. This is getting stupid now. Right, we're now fully charged. Now, please. You're being... This is a joke. Because this is a trail consist, I can only sit in the cab. I can use everything else, but as soon as I want to put on power, it does not want to. No, no train, sorry. It's not the AWS, because the AWS is all right. It's just, it simply does not want to take power anymore. So it should do it as soon as you hear that hiss of air. Oh, come on. Maybe if I swap back, I actually have some luck. Right. Come on. Let's get a move on. Nothing in here I need to use, is there? You know what I might do? Now I'm going to do something a little bit clever, I suppose you could say. What I'm going to do before I pull off is put the 37 on vacuum brakes, because that's what the locos use. That means we don't have dragging brakes. Because the 37's also in sort of that loop of air. Not loop of air, loop of vacuum. That's probably what I should have done first time round. But no, apparently second time. That's what happened, I think. The brakes just weren't synced. So it meant the brakes weren't releasing in the 37, and I couldn't get a full brake release because the brakes wouldn't sync. Because I was on a completely different mode in the 37 than I was to the Castles. It would make logical sense as to why it wasn't working. love waiting. You know, sit and wait in anticipation again. I love train sim. If you couldn't tell by my sarcasm, there's aspects of it I don't like, and the waiting is easily the worst. I love waiting. Yeah, potentially trains. That'd be quite good. Yeah, they do. Most ETG things do, in my opinion. Do do do. Yep, Mayflower, good. Da-ding. Boom. That's going to charge the vacuum chamber with everything else. Lovely, let's go for round 2. I'm eagerly looking forward to this. Right, am I now going to obtain a brake release quickly? Oh yeah, slightly. So that must mean 37's actually releasing with everything else. Lovely. Now it should mean that the loco pulls off a lot easier this time. Oh yeah. Never mind. Why is that on an Edgecombe? Why are the cylinders on? Sure, I need them in Clun, but I don't need them in the Earl. Lovely. We'll be off in a second, I promise. But it's already pulling off a lot easier, just me doing that simple brake switch over. Go on, brakes. Release, 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 release. Please. You're joking. They're dragging. Let's see if they actually are dragging. And yes, they are. This is why I hate vacuum brakes. They take an absolute working decade to release, and they're nowhere near as effective as air brakes. So that's why I prefer to use air brake stock all the time. But sadly, the Castles in game are only vacuum. Oh, only vacuum. They're not. Yeah. Not the best on vacuum. If they're fitted with air brakes, it'd be really good. Because I can properly drive with those. Right. Oh. It's freewheeling a little bit. Much easier. There we go. Progress. Well, actually see 25. There we go, we're moving. We're actually moving properly. Yes! That is progress. We weren't doing that like 10 minutes ago. Putting coal in the fire, getting up to 900 pounds of coal, which is good. Pressure is still somewhat consistent. Water's alright. Fire's alright. Locos have got a bit of speed behind them now. I'm actually going to slightly start idling down past Lara, just because I don't want the locos to be working too much. Because I'll need them to tackle Hemerdon. I want to get up Hemerdon in one go this time, if it's possible. But yeah. We're nearly 3/4 an hour in already. Oh my god. I can barely hear the whistle. Oh yeah, the loco's running so much better now. So much better. Actually capable of getting up 70 along here, which would be a huge help for Hemerdon. No rolling resistance. Yes. Yes! Hell, I might not even need a 37. But am I still going to keep it on the consist for, in quotation marks, safekeeping? Yes. I don't trust myself to drive steam without support locos yet. I'll get there, but I'm always going to have a support loco. These are ready for Hemerdon. 2 castles, 11 coaches, and a dead 37? No worries. These are ready no matter the task. Here we go. At the summit of Hemerdon. Oh. Storming. We've got 3 miles to tackle. Any speed we get is a huge help. Already nearly at 80. And 75. Last time we were hitting sort of the summit of the bank at about 40. We're doing nearly double that. So the speed's going to start bleeding off. Oh, is it? No, it isn't. No way this makes it up there in one go. I refuse. You know what? They're only just starting to lose speed now. You've only just got to the 142. And the speed decrease is a bit horrendously quick, but still. They aren't doing as bad as last time. Last time, we got to about where they are now. This time, 67 mile per hour past that point. We're going. These do not go down without a fight. That's for sure. It's taken every single little bit of pressure out of them. But there's the summit of Hemerdon. Oh sorry, the peak of Hemerdon. That is good. Down to 40. No worries this time. Now down to the speed that we hit the bank at last time round. We've now only lost about half the speed. Nearly 3/4, but I have just idled it. Just to try get a little bit of pressure back in. And right here, where was it? About here is where Clum failed last time. The top of the bank's there. That's how much stood between it and continuing the run. It just wasn't meant to be on that day. Today, however, oh yeah. Come on, Castles. There's so little left to go. Come on. Oh, trains and planes. I don't think it's doing... I don't think it's actually doing much, the 37. All it's doing is just pretty much securing. That's actually getting properly up the bank at a given point. I think the idling's just done it. But doesn't matter. I can restart from this. Look how close that is. Right. And if I need it, there's a little cheat you can do in game. Which is... I think... decouple... This is ingenious, this is. That ain't gonna end good. Has just refilled my water though. Which is what I want. And you know, I can just drop onto the back of the consist. And restart. Now I've got full water, full pressure, and a full firebox. That'd be good. Yes, yes, yes. There we go. I just need to make sure I've got the power in. Bring the brakes off. They're released quite slowly. But now, I've not used the 37. And in reality, now how I say in reality and, well, hypothetically, what should happen is when the brakes have released enough, because I've got the power in, this is effectively hill starting. Hopefully, it'll be enough. Hopefully. Ooh. There we are. I'm hoping brakes have a little bit more to release, but if need be, I can hold it. So I have failed, technically, but I don't need assistance. So made it a little bit further than, whatchamacallit, than Glen did on its own. Well, we have got diesel assistance, which doesn't work. It's just there for moral support. But we do have double-headed castles. Now, realistically, these should be able to pull off a Myrmidon from a stand. No Pullman coaches, not the Mark II A to C variety max, no. Haven't done those because I don't have them in game. The brakes should start releasing in a second. Luckily, if I can capitalise on Rattery, Dayton should be or shouldn't be a problem. Those are the final percentages. Just hoping. Please. Please. Oh. Yes. Yes. Please. Please. barely shuffling backwards. So the moment we're just holding. Oh, come on. Yes. Come on. I'll give everything this loco has if I have to. Just to say moving forwards. Come on. We are slowly moving forwards though. That's good. Aren't moving back. Come on, Colon. Come on. Ooh. Come on. Okay. I'm still not going to admit defeat on this. Yes. There's 0.2. Doesn't look like a lot. But we are moving. I've got the pressure. 0.3. This might be slow, but we are moving. Oh no, it's not really. It did used to where BR Green went on the UTUs, then Co's repainted it into their colours. Which is a bit of a shame. Half mile per hour. Come on, our girls, come on. That's nearly 1 mile per hour. It doesn't sound like a lot, but believe me, there's one. Doesn't sound like a lot, but I promise you. Now that we're moving, it shouldn't stop again before the top of the bank. There we are. Finding their rhythm. There's 3. There we are. They're finding their rhythm now. 3.5. Just let the locos find the rhythm to keep going. Once they've got the rhythm, that's that. You can pretty much just slowly let them go. That's nearly 5. I like this. 5.5. And in real life that could have completely thrown off the run. But not on one, luckily. Oh, the headlights are on in the 37. Oh well. I ain't sorting that out. Oh, it's on the back as well. I'm not stopping now. Sometimes you've got to believe in the locos. That's nearly 9. There's 9. Nearly into the double digits. A little bit of lag. Come on, Castles. The pressure's looking really good. Yes. That's 12. That's 12 and a half. There's 13. 13 and a half. Yeah, they're running properly now. There's 14. See what I mean? Sometimes you've got to believe in the locos. And they will respond. Anyways, welcome to the top of Hemerdon, at long last. After only about an hour. But as mentioned earlier on, this loop here no longer exists. It's been completely taken out. As has signal Papa 373. That doesn't exist. Nor does the shunt aspect you can see down there. Here we go. Here we go. Let's get back on time, shall we? We're now running quite behind the schedule. However, they are moving. Completely annihilated Hemerdon for the most part. Struggled just a little bit past where Clunfeld on their record run. However, back to it. Yes! There's the rhythm I've been wanting. I'm just going to coast a little bit. Let the pressure sort of come back to loco. Getting the old blower on. That usually helps with increasing pressure. Is indeed what it's doing. If you're wondering if the locos are a little bit quiet, I've not put too much power on, so that'd be why. Absolutely lovely. If I get a bit more pressure, I'll just send it. Nice. Oh, here we go. This is where diesel assist is really helpful. Though in reality, drivers can take steam quite comfortably over air. Me, however, I'm not too experienced, so it's a bit more difficult. I think when we get to Ivy Bridge, have a little 5-minute break, get the locos back up to proper running, and ready to attack the rest of the banks. .237 miles from London. I will check this consist down into Ivy Bridge, just to get the locos ready again, and just have a little bit of a break myself for just a minute. And then we'll tackle down Rattery, up Dainton, then quite a nice drive up to Exeter. Someone didn't notice, it appears that Clun and Earl of Mount Edgecombe have different tenders. Earl has more of a sort of standardised tender, I suppose you could say, whereas Clun has quite a specific one, sort of this extra lip on the top here, compared to Earl's tender. Of the locos themselves are pretty much the same. Not too far from Ivy Bridge. Got a little bit of a bridge here, about a 235 mile post. Streets past 236. That's only just about approaching. And yeah. Locos. Pressure on the locos isn't looking too good. 125 psi. So difficult to run steam though. I can somewhat run merchants right and spam cans. When it comes to GWR locos, I just fail hilariously. Every single hurdle. Fair enough, trains and planes. Not sure what you mean by TCR Cromwell Pullmans. Do you know what developer they're made by? Are they a DTG thing? Michael Skelton, good evening, how are you doing? Loco seems to do alright with idling now. They're not doing the best. Water's not doing too well either. However, there is Ivy Bridge. We don't have too much further to go. I'm just worried about the water and the pressure. Very worried about both. We should make it to Ivy Bridge. I'm just very worried on how low that water sits and where the pressure sits. I think it's below 90 psi and the emergency brakes might dump. So I'm not going to hang around and find out. Just where the water's low as well. Water's not looking the best, pressure's really not looking the best. The fire mass though is looking absolutely fine. We're not burning coal too much. We're just fighting with water and pressure. Half a mile. And you know, does anyone know the phrase, "Oh, I can hear that a mile away"? Half a mile away from Ivy Bridge, and I can actually hear the castles quite clearly. Oh god, that's fine on the pressure. Yeah, the pressure's really pushing it. But yeah, I just can't fire steam properly, so... Yeah, bad driving sort of to be expected, I think. Come on. Come on, quarter mile. Game lagging. Come on, the final fifth of a mile. Station's practically in sight. All I'm worried about is getting the locos on. Come on. Okay, water definitely does not look good now. The gradients aren't going to get any smoother. Once we're in Newton, we'll be absolutely fine. However, just the time it's taken us to get here is just extremely painful. Come on. Yeah, the locos really need to stop. I won't be able to get much more out of the locos if I run them like this. I reckon here's where we'll stop him. Something bad is about to happen here. Oh, maybe not. Just needs to roll back onto the coaches. Just need to slowly roll back onto the Mark 1s. And all will be good. roll back on, couple up, have a quick 5-minute break, and all's good. Nice. Anyways, I'll be back in 1 second. I have returned. Let's cover some more ground. Oh, there we are. I've got to wait for the brakes to drop again. Right. Hopefully these brakes don't take 5 years to drop. We've got Exeter to get to yet. It should be the next place we are, well, stopping at. Pressure firing off on all locos. That's what I like. I do approve. That means we've got pressure. Pressure equals very good. Right. Oh, these are taking forever. We've got on the fire though. We've got in the water. Oh, come on, brakes. This is slightly taking the biscuit now. Right. What are the brakes at now? 48. And it's not pulling away. I can see this being extremely painful. Sort of when you wish these had a compressor, because maybe it'd go a little bit quicker than this. Oh well. Let's have a mini Q&A while we're just waiting. Where's the elevator music when I need it? There it was. If I could put that in here, that'd be nice. It's just a fun thing to do. A second, let me just... delete that one. I'm gonna get some elevator music on. What was that? I refuse the brakes are charging even more now. Oh god. Yeah, they're just going down in their own time. You know, I might just play that again. It's quite funny. Especially since that's literally a definition of what's going on right now. Literally just the plain definition. We're actually moving. I think it goes without saying personally that was probably one of the funniest times I've had to use that. I've never had to use it before in like midstream. But it turns out this time there was a little use for it. I've never laughed so much internally at this. Meanwhile, the fire's been gaining mass as well. It still is. We're moving again. Let's actually start making some ground this time. It's about time. That was the funniest thing I think I've ever done. Yeah, apparently what it took was taking the brakes off, dumping the brakes again, and taking the brakes back off. But still, that was quite funny in my opinion. I don't know how that was for anyone else who was watching that segment, but I thought it was quite funny. And we've been sat here so long that the water's now dropped 40%. That's annoying. Headlights still haven't fixed himself. I can't be bothered to fix it, quite frankly. Not right now, at least. At the moment, I'm more focused about covering some more ground. I honestly think we'll just terminate this at Newton tonight. And hopefully I won't have any more excuses to use the elevator music. No doubt, I will. That's all good jokes at the end of the day, though, isn't it? It's all fun and games at the end of the day. I suppose it all comes down to learning how to drive these better for next time, isn't it? It all comes down to that. So, you know. Yes, we've just been sat at Ivy Bridge for a while, but you know, now I know if brakes are taking a business decade to release, drop the brakes in again, release them. That tends to fix the problem. And the game's now lagging again. Brilliant. Come on, kettles. Oh, come on. Here we go. That's more like it. Speed's increasing. Lovely. Yes, evening's just a learning curve again to drive the castles. Because to be fair, I've not driven them in ages. I am rusty at the controls. So, you know. But yeah, once we get, say, to Totnes, it's going to go very, very quickly. This section here, from Totnes to Newton, I bet you 10 minutes done. Simple as that. Sam, good evening, how are you doing? How are you doing? You did just miss a bit of a funny scene, to be honest. Sam had to use the elevator music for a little minute. It's quite funny, to be fair. Oh, come on, at this speed, we'll be in Totnes in like we might be there next Friday. Come on, I've got things to do between then. I love the castles, but I don't have, you know, enough love for them to drive them for a whole week. Come on! Come on! You ain't going quick enough. Let's get moving. Just any mileposts. Oh brilliant, we're 10 miles away from Totnes. Yeah, how you doing, Sam? What a stream this has been. And for the most part, it's only really just got started. If I was in a 37, we'd be in Exeter, roughly by now. But no. Many technical issues later, we are only in Ivy Bridge. Yeah, very true, Sam. You'd have thought locos that were actually, you know, based down here during their working lives, pulling, you know, specials formed of maybe 10 or 11 Mark 1 or Mark 2s, fully loaded, and yet they're driving like this. Albeit, I can't drive them properly. Why is my water at 30%? That is worrying. That's going down quick. Thing is, Sam, not really. They're only on a 1 in 306. They're absolutely fine up a 1 in 42 earlier, aka Hemerdon. But yeah, here's the amount of progress we've made since. This is Hemerdon. About 2 to 3 miles of 1 in 42 hell. We're now just near enough at Aish. Brilliant. If you couldn't tell, that was pretty heavy sarcasm. Oh, Sam, yeah. I think it's got a little bit steeper. We are at 40 now. I'm worried now I'm at 10% water in the loco. I am going to need to idle. And I'm immediately getting water in. Because if I don't get water into the loco, we could be potentially at risk of the loco maybe going haha kaboom. Yes, yes, please. Yes! Yes! Water's going in, so is pressure. Speed isn't. I don't care. If I have water in the loco, that's literally the bare minimum of what I care about. If I've got water, the loco won't explode. If I don't have speed, the loco won't explode. It'll be fine. Because as soon as I have water, I'll be able to give it a little bit more. We're over H. I sense progress. Yes, you do, Sam. Yeah, they have too. Let me just quickly demonstrate. She's got the main whistle. If the game would kindly stop lagging. MC, you've got the main one. And then the guard one. Usually only use the main one. But the guard one is used from time to time. It's either a guard one or it's the modern or the old representation of a depot whistle. I don't like that my water's nearly out as well. I don't want to check this down at the top nest because I'm not an all-stopper. I'm going to go straight to Newton, that's where I'm going to terminate it if I need to. The fire is burning now. That's good. If I can get, say, under £800 in the loco, that'd be fine. I'm currently at like 365. Oh, 366. I'll go down to 65 in a second. Yep, there we are. But yeah, so annoying I can't use 37. That 37 would have got me out of like 3 sticky situations already. But no, we're purely dependent on the kettles. Although, from this tunnel, we're going downhill. Which means I'll be able to completely shut off. I'll be able to get all the water back in. And we send it. No hezzy, we send it. I'll give some water in. Give some water to the loco. And yeah. From there it's purely just send it. We're going on the throughs at Totnes anyway, so you don't need to be down to 25. Just needs to be running well enough. So yeah, it's now just a 1 in 166 to get into the tunnel, which starts here. And at that point, it should go flat. After which point, it's flat. It then goes straight down into Rattery Bank. Ooh, full throttle in the locos has just pulled in a little bit of water and some speed. Ooh. Pressure's going down, but I'm not worried just yet. Once we get to the tunnel, no hesitation, I'm shutting the loco off. The gradient should be enough to overpower the amount of supposed brake force this thing's carrying, which it shouldn't be anything at all. Double chimney's absolutely going for it. Sparks in the smoke. That's not very good because this is set in summer, about 6 PM, and that'll be dry vegetation. Considering how hard the loco is working, That's asking for a line side fire to start. Anyways, what I think is Rattery Tunnel. Here we go. Pressure's coming back to the loco, so is the water, and so is the fire mass. I don't want the fire mass to come back if possible. But you know, you win some, you lose some. So straight out here it's going to be downhill. I can confidently say that. Which I should start to see the speed pick up. I hope so at least. That'd be nice. Because anything I can get out of these locos, I will take. No, come on water. Oh, don't fluctuate. Come on, we've got miles to cover. There are so many miles left to go. Come on, at least another 5. There's no hesitation on this now. This needs to pick up speed. And quickly. I'm on a downhill, but I feel like I've still got a drag and brake. Now that would be worrying. That'd be quite worrying, if anything. Welcome to Mark 1. Lights on. Very good, very nice. Just looking out at the nice views. With trees. Trees and banks. Network growth staff. Ballast link. Trees. Road. Bridge. But here we go. Here's where the fun probably starts. If I needed to, I can stop off for water in the west, not the West Somerset. Ah yeah, West Somerset, that's the South End Railway. Yep, that water's not doing well. How? How is it slowing down on a 1 and 89 down? It's only about to get even sharper than that. If I can... Oh god. 0.2. We're out of water. There's no water left. Come on. Come on, we've got the pressure. I need the water now. starting to pick up speed now, so I'm not worried about drag and brake. I'm worried about how this has now got to get me all the way up Dayton. And hopefully back down, because I have not got water to play with here. That scares me. I was like 1 to 2% water left. If I run out, the loco's not going to cool down. That is literally it. Repeater. That's the main signal there, which is what protects. What do we call it, I think? Protects Totnes. Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah, signal echo 1. Then we'll use echo 3 to continue on through the fasts. Although the water's not recovering. Which means I'm just gonna let the speed continue on. Because I want this to get me near enough to the top of Dainton, which is another horrid bank. That has got sort of like a flat midway there. Come on, 1:47, please. Half a mile of a 1:47 is really what I need. This 1:47 could potentially set the scene for the run back. By this signal here, that will define, I think, whether we get up the bank or not. Because I think that's where the bank starts. I'm just reasonably worried that I don't have water at all. Right. Right, this is a time to shine now for locos. Can we get up the bank? I reckon it's possible. I just need to keep the loco speed high. Now the pressure isn't moving either. The water isn't and the pressure isn't. We've hit the bank now. Starts off as a 1:54, but believe me, it gets worse than that. No, we're done. We're done. Oh, I've been done by an emergency brake, haven't I? Right on the bank as well. Right then. That's not good. That is not good at all. This isn't the worst that the bank gets. This could be worse. This could very much be worse. But is this good? No. There's so many better places to fail than this.
This is good.
Okay, this is so nearly a flat, I think. So that's a positive. This might be the last time I do this. Been done by the overspeed. Please release, please release, please release. Yes! We have a release already. So we've got water, we've got pressure. We're on quite a good gradient as well. This is not very sharp at all. I was hoping the locos begin to roll back, but I might give the locos a little bit of persuasion to do that. Couple. Back into forward. Yes! Come on. No, 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 no. Yes. Much better, much better, much better. Come on, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. It's doing it. Now we're hitting the worst parts of the bank. But we are making progress. Very good progress at that. It's 37 though. It's helpful. Just selectively helpful. brakes are dropping. Not the brakes, sorry, the speed's dropping, but the brakes aren't dropping in. We've got enough water, so if need be, I can really see what the castles are made of. Here they go. With a 1 in 78, which I think is the worst that this bank can actually get. I think it's the worst it can get. And it is going for it. Come on, castles. Got enough water. We've got enough coal in the firebox to burn. Got enough pressure. All I ask is a little bit of effort. And effort they do give. There it goes. Go on. That's nearly 20. The pressure side's still looking good enough. The water side's looking exceptional. The fire's looking maybe a bit too much. I can't drop the fire though, sadly. If I could, I'd drop probably about maybe £100 of this. £50 of it. Just to get us a little bit lighter. The speed is dropping. Bank's flattening out. Peter Grosset, good evening, how are you doing? And yes, this is the Southend Banks. More specifically, Dayton Bank. That pressure is still dropping. If only this 37's actually giving effort, that would be really helpful. Yeah, I do as well, Peter. They're very, very good locos. Just in game, they are a pain to drive. And I can't quite seem to be able to fire them right yet. I'm still learning how to fire steam properly. But yeah, castle classes are proving to be one of those more difficult ones. Certainly difficult. They're picking up a little bit. This is a flat. Time to capitalise on this short flat. About to hit the steep parts of the bank again. And that pressure is still dropping. If it drops too low, get an emergency brake. Which I do not want to get. I'm happy with the water, I'm happy with the fire, I'm not happy with the pressure. Especially since there seems to be a dragon brake on this consist. It's not as bad as earlier on, where it completely failed up Hemerdon, but yeah. It's It's taking an exceptionally long time to go up here. And on the steep part of the bank again. Speed continues to drop, and so does the pressure. The water's looking alright, and that fire is now burning quite well. I want that fire to burn a lot more, because I want to get as much weight out of the loco as possible. Not again. I don't like that. Down towards 10 mile per hour again. 37, why won't you want to take power? Why? Just why? If you wanted to take power, this would be a lot easier. But yet you don't. So, completely useless. This is going to be a pain to recover from. Because it's on a 1 in 55. All's looking good, I just need pressure. I'm not going to try again until I have sort of stable-ish pressure. Checking water throat. It's not what I'm worried about. The pressure is climbing. 145 psi. I won't try again until I've got, say, 160. Because that'd be stupid to try again. Yep. Element edge come here. Looking quite majestic. And Clun as well. Two quite fine locos. Turns out they're really not when I'm behind the controls of them. There's 160. These brakes really need to drop now though. The pressure is still continuing to climb. Just aware that I think this is actually steeper than what I started Hemerdon on. And that was a really, really hard bank to start on. I do not want a similar challenge tonight. And get what we get tonight. The problem is these are vacuum. If this was air braked, I bet you wouldn't have these problems. It'd pretty much be, oh yep, away you go. Lovely. If I had two 37s, absolutely no worries this would be. But no. Yeah, we're really having to struggle now. The brakes are synchronised. So they're both running on vacuum, which means we'll be able to obtain a full brake release. When they, well, release. If now I've got the pressure, it's these brakes. Always these brakes. Don't tell me I'm going to have to get the elevator music back on. It's a bit of a joke if I do. Brakes are releasing just in their own time. Oh, that car's probably going to get to Newton before me. It's a Ford. Probably will get to Newton before me as well. So what I think you'd have to do here is... oh, puffing a little bit. That's not actually going to do anything now though. I think all we need to do is head down here. Go up along there, go along some back roads and you're in Newton pretty much. There's Dayton Tunnel. That's the end goal. So I need to get from... where am I? I've now managed to lose the consist. Oh. I need to get from here to there. Then I'm happy. Then it's downhill all the way to Newton, which is where I'm going to bin this off this evening. Oh. Right on, straight from the get-go. Conway 0.4. Nearly. There's 0.4. Nearly. Just looking at that, it's still fluctuating a little bit. There's 0.4. Conway's 0.5. Come on. We're gonna get to Newton this evening. So the quicker you get this done, Castles, the better. Come on. This is quite painful. Clun's got too much pressure, it seems. Near enough, 0.7. Pressure is still on the limit. There's 0.7. mile/hour. Again, doesn't sound like a lot, but believe me, it will mount up quite quickly. You might also notice there's no sort of rivets on the side of Earl's tender. At least there's not many rivets. Just going to lower that a little bit so I can be heard over the locos. Might notice Earl's tender, barely any rivets. And you look at Clun's, it is full of like rivets along the side. Plus it's got that top brim as well. I mentioned that earlier. This is 2.2. It's 2.3. It's very slow progress, but believe me, this is progress. The more of this progress that we make, the quicker we'll get to Newton. Once we get to Dainton, no question in my mind we'll be in Newton within 5 minutes. It's just the slow, agonising process of getting there. That's what the real pain of this is. No, it's quite agonising pain driving Steam sometimes. To be honest, I don't mind driving Steam, but this is when it gets painful. This is why I prefer diesel, and also, well, not for spotting. For spotting, Steam and diesel are both one of my favourites to see. Retro diesels, Steam, it's brilliant, especially Steam, because you can just smell the smoke of it. It's amazing. There's no other smell like it. There's no other thrill than seeing Steam as well. And no sound like it either. You know. With these you can hear them, say, you know, from a mile away. I'm using that phrase again. You can hear them literally from a mile away. And that's the good thing about Steam. Diesels, they're a lot easier to drive. That's the thing with the railway. Over time, there has been the phrase, it holds your hand. That is the case with, say, IETs and all new builds. With ATO and things. It effectively just holds your hand. It pretty much does the driving for you. Yes, the driver still has to supervise it, but, you know, the attention can divert. With Steam, however, it's one of those things where you need to be focused, you know. You need to be constantly putting in coal, you need to be watching the water levels, you need to be watching, you know, the speed, make sure you don't go over what you're allowed to, and also watching your pressure. Those are all things you need to be looking at constantly in Steam, whereas say in a 700, in a 10% core, ATO, just really monitor. Only monitoring. But in Steam, it's quite hands-on. With 37s as well, I wouldn't say they're the most simple to drive, but once you get the hang of it, it's really quite easy. With IETs as well, you've got speed set. So say, I know quite a few drivers like using it between Castle Care and Reading, or say Taunton Reading. But the speed set up, you're monitoring. You're only monitoring. HSTs don't have it. HSTs don't have speed set. You know. Yes, there was a driver assistance screen, the DAS, but that's been deactivated and everything now. Fully deactivated, wasn't reliable enough. And also goes on to the next point. sort of this mini rant. Just because it's newer doesn't mean it's better. You know, Big Boy over in America, that's a great example. That I think had to push a double-headed SD60 to an SD70, I think, or it was SD40s, fully loaded. Big Boy did it absolutely no problem. But I think the diesels failed doing it. Here, however, okay, you might need hand from the more modern things, like diesels. You know, you might need, say, 37 or 47 on the back, just to make sure. But still, it's as simple as that. I'm not sure, Peter. That was certainly the case way earlier on in the stream, because it was on the air brakes, which meant it wasn't syncing with the rest of the consist. That's now using vacuum. So to my knowledge, the brakes on the 37 are released. But I'm not sure. The brakes on that could still be stuck. If they are, they're not as stuck, if you get what I mean. Just ignore that light. It's just done that with how many times I've coupled and decoupled it. We're so close. There is where we need to be. It's just not having it. Just isn't having it today. Which isn't good. This loco should be quite happily driving. I should have had the high intensity on really. Forgot to put it on. Right. I'm gonna go again. See, the local just wants to move. It wants to get to Newton, but it's all down to the ambition to try, which at the moment I'm not sure if it's there. It just isn't having it at all. We are now on a 1 in 38, so this is steeper than Hemerdon. If this can pull away from here, I will be very, very impressed. There's no reason why it shouldn't either. But if it does, I'll be happy, but surprised. Just the way this has been going this evening. Come on, Glenn. Brake's nearly off. It's nearly time to go again. hopefully having the power in now just means should make pulling off a little bit easier. You can see Colin wants to move. You can see it. See the rod's moving. Once you get to the top of the bank, I have no concerns. This is what I hate about the 37 not working. Because if the 37 decided to work, I'd have 1,750 horsepower at play, at command. Therefore, we wouldn't have had to stop at all, and we would be an Exeter by now. We would comfortably be an Exeter. Yet due to this running, it's not having it at all. I'll wait around and see if it will, but I don't think it's got it in it now. I think it's gone. I can see it wants to move. It's just not going to have it. Oh, hang on. Hang on a second, is that a ray of hope? Go on, I'll go. You know you want to do it. It's 1 to 38. It knows it wants to do it. Just having a really hard time putting this constant start. What I might do is take a portion of it up now, just so we can get actually into Newton, and come back and collect the rest. It's really not happy. No. Just isn't having it. Okay. I'm going to uncouple it here. Take these brakes off. And just get straight back to it. So we're now 5 Mach 1s later. We're only going to continue with 6. The loco should manage to, or should be able to manage this. What I think I'll do is I'll take this up to Newton and send Earl down, because I think Lund's been doing most of the work this evening. It'd be nice for Earl to actually get some work done. I knew Hamilton was going to be bad, but I did not expect it to be this bad at all. This is really quite shocking me. I was not expecting the performance to be like this. There we are. It is now moving. That is much better. So much happier with half the consist. Don't worry, passengers in the rear 5. We'll be back. It will drag the remaining 5 Mark 1s and 057 the remaining way. This is what Steam is really about. It was a stupid decision to put on 11, and I knew the consist would potentially be too heavy. I just didn't take it into account. There we go. Now down. Good old Dayton. And the final run into Newton, where I might even do the collection. The final collection tonight. That's way better. So much better. I'll take Earl out in a minute. send Colon out, because that's up front. There we will. Oh well. I'll go collect the remaining 5 on string tonight. Cleared over into platform 2. Usually be let into platform 3, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to send Clun out to reverse and back around. Not expect to be cleared out of Newton. Oh. Not cleared out of Newton. Not expecting to be let out of Newton. So, yeah. And he's at a junction. Passing what is actually Sainsbury's in real life. And Sainsbury's petrol station. And that's meant to be McDonald's. Brilliant. And straight over South Main reverse. Or we'll be straight into platform 2. We're now just running about nearly 2 hours late. Right. Just going to clear myself out once. Right. Oh great, it's saying that I've run out of water. There we are. What I'll do is I'll reverse this via platform 1. just sat here. Won't do anything now. But yeah, something you won't see every day. You know, Earl being left on the platform, Connor running around, and yeah, going back to collect the other half. But yeah, Steam running solo, wrong line, update. Not normal. In fact, I'm not sure that will ever happen. But hey ho. That's correct. Although I'll actually use Echo 9 for a minute. So I do need to go pick up the Mark 1s and 37. Then we'll return to Newton and we'll end off. What an evening it's been. Right. There's gone. I need to be aware of where my consist is now. It's there. Okay. Staying put. The 219th milepost. Hopefully being half the consist helps considerably. This feels so wrong. Wrong lining. Hamilton. No, not Hamilton. Dayton. You don't wrong line up Dayton at all. Because it's not bi-directional track at the end of the day. What you would do is go down to Totnes, drop onto the back, and then move it. But doing things a little bit fancy. I don't think this has ever happened before. Wrong lining update, and it just feels wrong because I'm used to things. In fact, Tainton isn't at all reversible. You go up on the up, down on the down. Simple as that. So just seeing this feels strange and just wrong. But yeah. Sun's not quite beginning to set, I think. Where is it? It's over there somewhere. Oh. No, in a 55 limit. But it's time to start thinking about approaching at caution, because I know I'm after the tunnel. This just feels all manners of wrong. That sounds so good. Right, where is my consist? Aha. Everyone probably thought I abandoned them. Definitely not. Please break. Brake, please. I've got no brake force. I've got no brake force. Yeah. Yeah. I just knew. Well, even though I jammed on the power in like full forwards, oh, it was just bound to happen. It was just bound to happen, you know. I tried, I failed. But yeah, in nearly 3 hours, we've only done 36 miles. It's pretty bad. So 36 miles in what's been 180 minutes. I'm going to calculate that. See how many, say, miles per second we did. Not even miles per second. That will be miles per second. This is an average speed. So it'll be 36 divided by 180. 0.2 miles a second. That doesn't sound right. Oh no, 0.2 miles a minute. If we're talking seconds, that would be 60 times 60 times 3. It's 10,800. Wow. That's not good. So we're doing less than 0.003 recurring miles a second. That is shocking. Well, we didn't start off on the best foot, if I'm honest. We failed at Pemberton. We started, went again, this time with the 37 brakes in the loop. Didn't go well either. It's just been one of those streams, you know. You never can predict what's going to happen. Just hoping everything goes to plan. Turns out it didn't. So, there are streams like this, you know. I'm not familiar with the castles. I'm not sure how to drive them perfectly correctly. So this is a learning curve, you know. Running light, the braking force is shambolic. It doesn't exist. So that's something to keep in note for next time. You know, I need to be a lot more aggressive with the loco and the braking and things. So, yeah. Not the best. Yes, onwards to next stream. Stream 217. I might do some merchant navies. I can drive merchants, but what I'll say is pretty well. I can drive them pretty good. They're air braked as well, which really helps me. Because you can tell by how much I've ranted this stream about them, I am not confident with vacuum brakes at all. I just have no confidence in them. If I knew how to drive with them better, then, oh, no doubt, we'd be alright, but I can't. I struggle with it quite a lot. I'm better with air brakes. So I might do the merchants next stream. They've also got more power to them as well, I think, so those 10 banks should be a breeze. I'll actually have working diesel systems as well, because it appears I might need it. But yeah. 3 hours later. Yeah, as to when the next stream will be, hopefully over the weekend. Most likely not tomorrow though. Might be Sunday. But don't rule out a stream tomorrow. Because you never know. You just never know. But yeah. On that note, let's go on the outro. There is a link to Discord in the description down below for anyone who wishes to join. However, please note you need to be 13 or above to join, as per Discord terms of service. Feel free to like and subscribe as well. Feel free to like to tell me that you like what we do here, and subscribe so you never miss another stream or video, and to help this channel towards its goal of 300 subscribers by the end of the year. We've made good progress towards that tonight, also on 271 subscribers. Thank you to the 2 people that subscribed over the stream. One of them being Trains and Planes 36. Thank you very much. But yeah, I don't think there's much more to be added from me. So on that note everyone, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoy, and I hope to see you